What's up guys, we are back. I am a little bit late getting this video out. I should have done it last week, but I was super busy, just haven't had time to do it. Let me explain to you the Mischief of Fortune. So the Mischief of Fortune is the latest ROI DApp that came out last week. It pays 1% per day for 360 days. The people who created it were the Fortune Hunters group partnered up with Richie Crypto Mischief. So everyone involved has a really good reputation. They've done other projects and they're really well versed in the DeFi space. So that of course made me comfortable with it. Richie's a friend of mine, so I'm always going to support him. And the Farm of Fortune, which came out before this, came out about 90 days ago, is a really, really good project that's been paying everyone out. So the Farm of Fortune, if you're not in it, has a similar structure. It's got a couple different deposit plans. The tokenomics on it are just a little bit different, but that one prints BNB for you. This one is going to print BUSD, which I like because it's a straight up stablecoin printer. So this one's pretty simple. The video is not going to be very long. I threw 500 bucks in here the other day. May throw a little bit more in here soon, get to like 1,000 because I like to have like 1,000, a nice even number when I jump into DeFi protocols. Plus this is a really trusted team and the tokenomics make it set up to last a long time. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. But that said, even though the tokenomics are great and the team is really trusted, this is still a high risk, high reward contract. And so please use risk capital only. Nothing is guaranteed in DeFi. All this stuff is high risk. In my opinion right now in this environment, especially with projects like this, the idea is to get some money in there that's risk capital, get yourself in a position to ROI fairly early on in the project. And then from then on, once you're at the break even point, these dApps just become passive income printers, right? You've already broken even and you're just getting in here, once a week, once every 2 weeks, just depending on the protocol, and claiming your rewards. So none of this, of course, is financial advice, but if you are going to take the risk, I would take it in a way that can pay you out well and then also protect yourself. So again, create a strategy that's going to get you to ROI relatively early on in the process. Everything from then on is all profits for you, so you can protect yourself just a little bit. And like I said, this launched 1 week ago, so it's still really early on in the process. I like to get into these contracts early. There's a few people who have reached out to me lately about other projects and said, hey, have you thought about this when you're getting in? And some of the projects actually look pretty good, but they're 90, 120 days old. And for me, I really like to get into this stuff early. You got to weigh the risk reward though, because if you get into a project early, it's not really proven. So it technically could crash right away. But if you get into a project late, those guys are usually the guys who lose money. So you make the decision which risk you want to take. For me, I like to take the risk of getting early. The risk I'm taking is, of course, rug pull or some sort of contract exploit. But I trust the team here. I know they have good code and I know they're honest. So that's why I deposited. So let's crack into the tokenomics and the game theory. Right now, there's a little bit over $250,000 in the balance. Total of invested plus reinvested is $538,000. So that is pretty good. This thing launched a week ago, launched by a team of our community members, and it's got some pretty good traction. So far, so good. Here is the plan. You put in your USDC. You have to put in at least $30. The maximum is $100,000. Once you put it in, there's only one plan. It is 1% a day for 360 days. I always check the contract, like we said, 231. Here's the contract, also showing 231. And what I've been doing lately, just so you guys know, so kind of a tangent, but I have not only been saving the dApp website as my favorites, but also the contract, because who knows what could happen. The website could go down, DDoS attacks, whatever it is. You can come in here and actually interact with the contract manually. So if you need to cycle it or take profits or whatever, you can do it just by clicking these buttons. The website is only a front end. Like this is just something that you view and this is how you click the buttons, and it's an easier viewing experience than this, but this is all that matters. As long as this doesn't get hacked, then everything is all good. So I'll show you how to do that stuff on another video, but I just wanted to let you know, little tip for me, if you're getting into a new contract, both save the website in your favorites, but then also go save the contract. So if for some reason you can't reach the website, just jump over to the contract and do your thing. So 1% per day. Like I said, I dropped 500 bucks in here the other day. I'm already able to claim 59.45. Now, technically, I'm not able to claim that yet because it takes 15 days to complete another action. So if I want to withdraw my rewards, I can only do that 15 days after the deposit I just made. So that does a couple things for me. One, the game theory pushes everything out because you can't come in here claiming every day. And that can be good or bad. But the reason I do like this one, aside from that kind of being a sustainability factor, is technically I could just like set a calendar invite and only come check this every 15 days. I really don't have to look at it. I can really look at it every 2 weeks, claim my rewards, redeposit some of those profits so I'm always growing my balance, and then I don't have to come back for another couple weeks. So if you're looking for a dApp that's a little more passive, this one so far seems like it might be a really good fit. So like I said, there's only one plan, 1% per day. Here's where I started on the 2nd, and I could ride this thing all the way out until the end of the year, which is awesome. Now, when I go make another deposit, say I want to put that extra 500 bucks in, it will make another line, should make another line here so you can see all the deposits, when they start, when they stop. And then anytime I claim, I'm going to be redepositing at least 50% of the balance that I claimed. Let's say I get, just doing the math, roughly this about double. So let's say I have $100 to claim here next week. I will claim that, keep 50 for myself, put 50 back into the contract. That does two things. A, it helps make it more sustainable for people who are getting in after me, which I'm completely fine with. And B, it grows my balance so I accumulate rewards faster. So that's my strategy. I think that's a strategy they lay out that's recommended just to help the longevity of the project. But crypto is a solo sport. If all you want to do is claim, you can do that as well. So as we already know, 1% daily for 360 days, which would equal a 360% ROI if all you did was claim every 15 days, which is still absolutely amazing in a year. If you could triple up your portfolio in any year in traditional markets, that would be unheard of. So it says withdrawals are subject to a 5% tax, which of course will stay in the contract. When withdrawn and reinvested, this will make a new plan but increase daily rewards. So just like I said here, if you withdraw this and I put another 50 bucks back in, I will have another plan listed here, but then I'll be earning 1% per day on the 500 plus the additional 50 I put in. Like I said, you gotta have at least 30 USDC to get in here. Getting in for much less, I don't know if that would make a whole lot of sense. So hopefully you guys, if you've got the risk capital, you're throwing in at least 100 bucks so you can make a little something from it. The referral system, there is a referral thing. I'll paste my referral code down below. I think a couple of people have used it that were there in my private Telegram group, even though I hadn't even made a video yet, but thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it. It's just 1%, so there's not a big referral bonus in this one. Most of the dApps I've seen lately are like a 5% referral bonus or 8% or 10% like over on Drip. So 1% is much lower, and of course that makes it more sustainable technically. But if you want to get in, the link's down below. So this is what I have listed as the perfect strategy. Reinvest 50% to increase your position. Invest 25% into Farm of Fortune to gain the most passive income and ROI, and take 25% into your pocket. And they've actually got a Medium article down here that explains that. So what this is saying to do is, hey, if you make 100 bucks, put 50 back into the contract, take $25, put it over in the Farm of Fortune, and then keep $25 for yourself. That way you're earning BNB over there and BUSD here. Now, I don't know, I'm not in the Farm of Fortune yet. I have strongly been considering it. I do think they've built an amazing protocol over there, and I think it's really sustainable. I just haven't made a decision if I want to get into the game this late. But this article goes into detail about exactly how to move that money around, what you'd make at the end of the year, how to maximize your gains. I'm not going to read it off, so come to the site here. Of course, I'll have the link to this below. Click on the article, read through it, and see if that is right for you, that strategy. So the anti-whale control features are a 17-day cutoff time and a 15-day withdrawal cooldown. So I believe what that means is after 17 days, you stop earning rewards. So you got to take action sometime between day 15 and day 17. When you take an action, meaning when you claim, or probably when you deposit, it's going to reset that clock for another 15 days. So as you saw, I got in a week ago. I have another 7 days before I can actually claim my rewards. And once I claim those rewards, the timer is going to start over. So I'll claim the rewards and redeposit right away. And then the system won't let me take profits for another 15 days. So just be aware of that. Like I said, a very passive setup, very low key, sustainable 1%. So far, I really like all the metrics of the project. And of course, it's really easy to explain. Contract features, plan rewards, fees used for rehypothecation using PancakeSwap and Grizzly and other safe projects. So some of those fees are earning yield on the back end, and that's what's helping pay out investors. So if people are wondering, hey, where's the money coming from? It's not all coming from new investors coming in, which is a typical kind of Ponzi-nomic setup. They're also gaining some additional revenue on the back end with collateral rehypothecation through PancakeSwap, Grizzly, and others. So go read this article, and also remember that the funds that you deposit or reinvest initially, these are locked. All this is locked. All you can pull is your rewards. So at no point can you go in here, say in 30 days or in 15 days, and unstake your original deposit. That's locked in the system. It's going to pay you 1% per day. So just to recap, to make it easy, if you want to get in, you'll need to come to the site, click the link below. You'll put in the dollar amount. You'll click approve. MetaMask will pop up and say, hey, do you want to use USDC? And sorry guys, I think I said BUSD earlier. What I meant to say was USDC, my bad. But you approve it, let it use USDC, then you click invest. It's going to go in here, and then you basically do nothing. In 15 days, you come back, you claim your rewards, and then you can decide what you want to do with them. Me personally, I'm keeping half are going back into the system. And what I may do is for the next 2 deposits, so this one in 7 days and the one that will happen later on in the month, I may just reinvest all of it. I want to get this balance up. Like I said, I'd like to get this to 1,000. So I may reinvest everything I make for the next 2 deposits and then also add a little bit into it and then just let it coast from there. But that's me personally. You figure out your own strategy, but that's what they recommend. So let me know if you have any questions. The project's very simple. The team is very trusted. They are very transparent, and just been watching this balance grow up a little bit every day. So jump in if you want to try it out. Don't if you don't. No matter what projects you're in, I hope you guys are winning. Happy investing.